Hi, I'm Louis Falgu, and welcome to The Music Breakdown. And today, I am reviewing the new Eminem album, Kamikaze. Eminem needs no introduction. His legacy speaks for itself. He released 4 great albums in the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, and The Eminem Show. And then he released Encore. And really, he's never made anything even crossing the average line since then. It has all been crap. I'll give him that the Marshall Mathers LP2 hinted towards a return to form, but still wasn't there. And after that album, he dropped Revival, an album so bad that even his diehard fans struggled to defend it. And now Eminem's mad that everybody didn't like Revival, so he surprise released Kamikaze about a week ago. And look, Revival was awful, Eminem. It was awful. And I guess I just wish that you could take responsibility for that. Because if you want to know what will really make people like you again, or at least, people like you, but what will really make everybody rave about you again, is to take that lesson, to actually learn from your mistakes. Just throwing a hissy fit about how everybody slept on Revival is not going to make you good again, alright? That's going to cause you to repeat the same mistakes. That being said, Kamikaze is better than Revival. And for the first half of the album, it's quite a bit better than Revival, but it's still not good. The album opens on the lengthy song The Ringer, where Eminem basically just disses the modern scene of hip-hop, or at least the mainstream trap rap scene. And he does this over a trap beat, which may seem hypocritical to some, but I get the impression that was probably the point. Now, I will give credit where credit's due. The actual bars on this song are rather impressive on paper. There's some really good wordplay and of course some great internal rhyming, which I think Eminem's always been good at, except for maybe on Encore, but even at his worst moments, he definitely has the technical ability to pen a rhyme. I think the problem is that what he tends to say with these rhymes, or the extremely corny jokes he tends to make, don't exactly fly over so well, and I can't say much more for this song either. But the real problem has always been, and continues to be, his delivery. Yes, you can rap really fast, but the problem is that a lot of these lines, you get through half of a sentence so quickly that you have to wait a beat to finish the sentence, and as a result, your flow is incredibly choppy. Not to mention his insistence on sounding as angry as humanly possible. He did this so seamlessly on albums like the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers LP. But now it's like you can tell he's forcing it. And I'm not saying the anger isn't genuine, I get the impression he really is pissed that people didn't like Revival. But I just don't get that from your actual delivery. You sound like you're trying to force out a shit. So The Ringer gets pretty tiring, and it doesn't help that it's so topically one note. Basically every criticism I had of that song continues into the next song as well. It's just, at least this one's shorter, I suppose. But after that, we do get the first and only decent track on the record with Lucky You. Joyner Lucas gives a pretty solid verse on this song. I like the beat a decent bit. Most of the beats on this album were produced by good producers. A lot of them are trap beats, and they're decent trap beats. It's nothing terrible. It does seem a little odd that he would choose so many trap beats after dissing trap for so many minutes on The Ringer, but whatever. I like that Eminem is trying to stay up to date with the times, I suppose. But yeah, Lucky You's got a good hook, and Eminem's verse isn't terrible on it. It's decent, but still nothing great, and after this song, it only goes downhill from here. Eminem continues to write songs about bad relationships, which I feel like he has done so many times since at least Recovery. I'm very tired of it. Eminem seems to take no responsibility for these bad relationships, and at a certain point, there's no way that I can possibly feel bad for him anymore. And this is a big problem on the track Normal, which also has the problem of having a terrible beat and a terrible hook. Granted, this song and a few other songs do have beat switch-ups, which actually does keep the album a bit more interesting. I can't say that any of these beat switch-ups are impressive, but at least they break up the monotony. Now, the sister songs Nice Guy and Good Guy continue this relationship trend. On Nice Guy, Jessie Reyez sounds incredibly grating to my ears, And then that's in the pre-chorus, followed by a hook that's ridiculous and obnoxious, and then M's verses, which are so terrible. Oh my god. Good Guy is better though, and when Jessie Reyez gets on this song, she actually sings rather nice, but the beat's just so thin, and again, Eminem's verse is just so boring. Like, I'm tired of this topic. On this more emotional side, we've got the song Stepping Stone, where Eminem apologizes to D12 for their falling out. The beat is garbage. Eminem's verses are garbage in the same way that they are on pretty much or nearly every other track. He's got the same choppy flow, and it gets even worse when he starts singing as obnoxiously as he ever has, especially at one point mid-verse towards the end of the song. That hurts particularly bad. I admit it's nice to see Eminem apologizing, but the song is not good. The title track on this album is utterly awful, making direct reference to Eminem's infamous song Back in the chorus. Now, why he would want to draw attention to this, I don't know, but it's as obnoxious as ever, and the beat is complete garbage. Then we've got the song Fall with a really boring beat that doesn't change for the hook or anything, so the song just feels incredibly one note. And the album closes on Venom with one of the worst hooks Eminem has ever delivered in his career. And of course, the verses suffer from the same issue all of the other verses suffer from across this album. And really, that's the problem. Just like with pretty much every album since Encore, Eminem's vocal delivery is bad. It's bad. It is hard to listen to. It doesn't matter if he has the technical ability to pen a rhyme, he doesn't have the ability to deliver those rhymes well or in a way that's listenable. And it's just kind of disappointing at this point. Like, M, you are not incapable of making a good album again. Like, I don't believe you're incapable of doing that. I think you're holding yourself back because you're attempting to show off too much. And in doing so, your raps become unlistenable. I also find it funny that Eminem calls out the choppy flows of these trap rappers when M's flows are some of the choppiest I've ever heard. I don't know, I feel like this album is a step up from Revival, but it's still total crap. And I'm left wondering yet again if Eminem can pull together with a great album again, or even an acceptable album again, and something tells me it's not gonna happen. And I'm not happy about that, but I just don't see it in the future, to be honest. I give Kamikaze a very bad 3.75 out of 10, and I really don't recommend listening to this for any reason. Bye, guys.
The era that I'm from, I'll palm you, that's what it's coming to. What the fuck you gonna do when you run into it? I'm gonna crumble you and I'll take a number 2 and dump on you if you ain't joiner. If you ain't Kendrick or Cole or Sean, then you're a goner. I'm about to bring it to anyone in this bitch you want it. I guess when you walk in the BK, you expect the whopper.